Both traditions really draw me in for equally important but very different reasons. So mannerism, on the one hand, focuses tremendously on elongation, on form, almost hyperbole in the way beauty is described and perceived, which I've always found fascinating. The Dutch Golden Age, on the other hand, focuses a lot more on morality, on the way in which objects and material wealth judge the viewer and the artist. For example, a snail, a nautilus shell, coins, materials, surfaces, are all often silently judging both the viewer and the artist alike. I've always wanted to take the promise of old master painting seriously, take its ambition seriously, meaning its promise to material textures, surfaces, light, forms, and take a lot of those ambitions seriously, but at the same time try to subvert these ambitions with swelling surfaces, hyperbolic forms that swell, that take their logic to an extreme. What interests me about these objects is that their roles are often scripted. So pearls, ribbons, lipstick, garter belts in my works are often a stand-in for a role, for femininity as an abstraction, more so as a literal individual, as would be the case in, say, portraiture. Many of these canvases I see as still lifes, as sort of diagnostic surfaces for thinking about roles and the choreography that we live in day-to-day life. All of the pieces in the show are executed on wood panels, and for me that was a bit more of a departure in my practice to something that I enjoyed as a kid growing up, making paintings, growing up in Jamaica. For example, the panel Hollow Point is executed on a fully unprimed wooden panel, and so much of the wood grain is quite raw and visible to the viewer, which adds a certain luster to the surface that I find really appealing. There's a certain serendipity to the wood grain, and interleaving that texture, that chance, the biological elements of the wood grain, the naturalist elements of the wood grain into the composition are very exciting, not just from an artistic perspective, but from a materialistic perspective as well. That's less present when painting on canvas, which is in many ways more artificial, though rooted in tradition.